classroom years ago. I still look back at this moment as a turning point in my life. Like I became me then. I used to live in a very small town, like 250 to 300 people. We had no stores, gas stations, etc. One day, a local guy decided to open up a little store that sold the basics like groceries and rented movies. He hired a few of us high school kids to work the store and promised us $50 a week for the summer to be paid at the end of the summer. We agreed and started working. We gave up a summer stocking shelves, cleaning the bathroom, lawn care, and whatever else. Well, the end of the summer comes around. It's our last day of work, and he comes in with our paychecks. $50 for each of us for the whole summer. Needless to say, we weren't too happy, but his words were, "Well, what the F are you gonna do about it? Drop off the key at my house since you won't need it anymore." We came up with a plan to pay this D-bag back. Before locking up the store for the last time, we left a window unlocked. We dropped the key off at the house. Around midnight, we were back at the store. Grabbed as much as we could: cigarettes, money from the register, candy, probably about 1,000 worth of stuff. Locked the window, then left through the emergency exit that had no alarm. There were also no cameras of any kind. Next day, there were cops there. He accused us all of doing it, but had no proof. He ended up having to shut down the store a few months later because the town heard how he didn't pay us and stopped doing business there. I don't feel bad. The F word deserved it. Thanks for tripling my comment karma. Figures it's about a crime I committed 15 years ago. Should have used a throwaway. This is yet another two wrongs don't make a right, but consider me on the side of the exploited worker, especially after the owner admitted with the "what are you gonna do" comment. I have one I'm about to do in a couple of days. See, my parents suck. I've been taking care of them for a while also going to school and whatnot, and still they're trying to cheat me, pawn my things, etc. But I've become fed up with them. I'm out of town at the moment, but when I get back, the next time they ask me to walk 2 miles to get them a pack of cigarettes, I will walk outside, around the house, have a friend with a van come, bring my pre-packed stuff out of the basement entrance, leave and stay at my friend's house for a few days until my train ticket is planned for, then move 2,000 miles across the country and live with another friend who just got me a job, rendering them worthless pillheads waiting for a pack of Pall Mall Menthol 100s for the rest of their sad lives. I covered his ceiling fan with glitter. Fear me, mother effers. From another post. When I was 7 or 8, I did a science project on the antibacterial efficacy of various soaps. Basically involved keeping hands dirty for a day, pressing grubby thumbs into petri dishes full of agar, then washing and doing the same thing again. I'd take tracings of the cultures. Bigger colonies were bad, smaller ones good. This ended up winning the county science fair for my grade in a large metropolitan area, so that was nice. But before that, after I'd finished the experiments but before I'd discarded the dishes, I got into a dispute with my parents. Don't remember what about. I thought, I'll show them. So I took the nastiest culture and swabbed it onto their bedroom doorknob. They both got sick as dogs, and I had to take care of them for a couple of days. Served me right. I waged bacteriological warfare against my parents using my science project. But I told them long ago, and we laugh about it now. My past girlfriend cheated on me, and her and her roommate at the time had gotten to a point in their lease where they weren't super fond of each other and kept some distance. Her roommate was smoking hot, kind of annoying sometimes, and wasn't fond of my ex. So I decided to make a move on her. Best move ever. The look on my ex's face when her roommate walked me to the door in her undies after the first night was priceless. We proceeded to have hot, dirty, loud fun times almost nightly for 8 weeks, until their lease was up, and for a while after that. My ex even walked in on us in the living room once. Kind of makes me a jerk, but gosh darn was it fun, and there's no way I felt bad about it. In summary, my girlfriend cheated on me, I have loud, awesome adult fun times with her roommate until the lease is up. And so it came to pass that the highest voted thing I will ever post on Reddit was under a throwaway in a "What's the most effed up thing you've ever done" thread. LOL. Too late to the thread, but this is a good story. Everyone has worked with someone they've hated. I've never had a job where there wasn't someone who made my life miserable, or whose very presence teed me off. Usually, you just have to put up with them, but every once in a great while, you can get even. Dave was a one-eyed Willie, stoop-shouldered, balding, in his 50s. Dave was a patronizing and irritating butthole. He had been at IBM his whole career, had been making good money, and hated contractors. He thought they were bad for the company, and that the only people worth a crap were regular employees, and he made it his priority to F with all of us. Nothing overt, but constant, subtle pressure was put on everyone whose badge said contractor on it. I think he developed this attitude from working with the guys from India, probably because they were so soft-spoken and accommodating, but maybe...
Hey guys, Dan here from the Diamond Minecart. Today I wanted to go check on Trayaurus after the last time because, like, well, wasn't pleasant. So let's just go check on him here. Trayaurus, what have you been working on? Okay, the doorbell went. I'm gonna go answer that. Don't. Trayaurus, what have you been pleasant? Wanted to go check on Trayaurus after the last time because, like, well, wasn't pleasant. So let's just go check on him here. Wanted to go check. Let's just go check on him here. Trayaurus, what have you been working on? Okay, the doorbell went. I'm gonna go answer that. Don't hurt yourself, Trayaurus. Who's at the door? Craig? Craig! Craig! What do you want? What do you want, Craig? I really do not understand what Craig is trying to tell me, but, you know, right, let's see if Trayaurus is over. Trayaurus? Doesn't seem to be any blood. The fuck is that? Not a trap. Michael Jackson! What the fuck? Craig gave me an address to come to. Apparently this is where I'll find Trayaurus. I don't... Dr. Trayaurus? Oh my god, there's cum on the ground. Oh, what the fuck is that door? Craig! Craig, you set me up! You dirty punts! You dirty fucking nuts! What the fuck? What? Michael Jackson? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, so I thought I'd clean up in the testing chamber a bit for Dr. Trayaurus, just because, like, it's one less thing for him to worry about. He's had a horrible, traumatizing day, so let's go check on him. Trayaurus. What's that on your arm? Trayaurus, you racist! Fuck you, little fucking, what am I telling you about being racist and I'm about to get hated by the artist, you fucking ass?
Oh, God.
Sleepovers have got to be the craziest functions on the planet. Ever since the JIT days, I've been begging my mom to stay at my friend's house for the night to sleep over. Like, I had to go on a crazy quest just to beg her to let me go over there and stay the night. Mom, please, sleep over, sleep over, sleep over. And once your parents were convinced, it was like you were on cloud 9. Getting this crazy dopamine boost, you were like jumping all over the place. And now when I ask my mom to have my friends over to sleep over, it's like I don't even gotta ask anymore. I don't know what happened, but hey, I'll take it. Now I'm sure all of you can remember your first sleepover like it was yesterday, because that's how crazy of an event it was. How hyped up you were to be staying over your friend's house for the night. Now, I arrived at my first sleepover and there were tons of people there. It was kind of like a merge between a sleepover and a party. And we did basically the normal party slash sleepover things like movies, video games, food, etc. And it was getting late, and I mean really late. I was in like 2nd grade at the time. 12 a.m. was late for me. Like, my parents would make me go to bed at like 8 p.m. So this was like new territory for me. But thank God I wasn't the first person to fall asleep, man. You gotta stay strapped out here. Because as soon as the other kids found out that so-and-so, you know, we'll give him a name, Ben. As soon as Ben fell asleep, we hit him with the water trick. Now, if you don't know what the water trick is, you basically just stick someone's hand in a bowl of water and they're supposed to piss themselves. Shh, guys. Someone go get a bowl of water. Ben's knocked out. Yo, I'm on it, bro. I'm on it. I was waiting for this moment. Bro, shut up. You're gonna wake him up. Tiptoe.
A few minutes later.
Alright, I'm back with the water. And 1 hour later, there was piss in his pants. Okay, no, there wasn't. He was just mad. This taught me a great lesson not to fall asleep at the sleepovers first. As one of my friends, he was the host too, he said, like, this is why you never fall asleep first. All right, noted. And I noted that for the rest of my life. And of course, we continued to do our devious antics as other kids fell asleep. And then next we did the mustache trick, which you just draw a mustache on someone. And they wake up, look in the mirror, oh my god, I got a fucking beard, holy shit. It's like they went through 20 years of life in one sleep. I guess that's what the trick is, I don't know. And maybe they might find a Mickey Mouse logo on the side of their cheek, too. Who even knows? But yeah, that was just tough beans for that kid, man. Hopefully, we didn't use a permanent marker. As soon as we were done, bro woke up, and he probably smelled the fucking Sharpie. So I wouldn't be surprised if we used permanent marker. Then the next sleepover I remember, it was in 5th grade. I was about to go to middle school. I was about to be a cool ass, guys. Oh my god. But no, let me tell you, I was not a cool ass. It was like 2 in the morning. I had like baseball practice the next morning. And somehow I thought it was a brilliant idea to sleep over. But yeah, guys, I definitely wouldn't be tired for practice. No, not at all. And I gotta go to sleep. And everyone was just still talking. Everyone was still hyper as shit. And instead of enjoying my time, having a great time at the party, I said the worst thing you could possibly say at a sleepover. Guys, actually, I'm trying to sleep. Could you guys shut the fuck up? I don't say it like that, but I'm like, guys, I'm trying to sleep. And yeah, I don't know how I was still friends with this kid afterward, but like, if you were tired, go home. Like, it isn't that hard. My past self was really dumb, if you couldn't tell. Like, I shouldn't have even slept over there if I was trying to sleep or whatever. And everyone continued chatting, whispering, laughing, etc. Because who the hell's gonna listen to me, bro? I was literally the walking nerd emoji in that moment in time. I just killed the vibe every time I opened my mouth. And sleepovers always had the wildest conversations. And I think I would have actually had fun if I partook in any of these. But no, I had to be the fucking nerd emoji. I was literally that kid in the corner. While everyone was having a fun time staying up late. I guess I didn't get the memo that you're meant to stay up late at sleepovers. It would just get silent, and the part that kept everyone up is some kid would just talk, and then everyone would put their head up again. Penis. Hey, guys, can I get a hiya ratio, buddy? Shut your goofy ass up before I start hitting on your sister. Yo! That's a bro code violation. Guys, I'm trying to sleep. Can you guys shut up? No. And they went back to it. Which, yeah, I definitely deserved that. That's like some idiot behavior, right? And as we progressed through middle school, I finally learned that, hey, sleepovers, you're supposed to stay up late, dumbass. And towards the end of high school, sleepovers really started to hit different. The jokes, the games, and the activities were just far superior. And somehow my parents didn't even care because apparently the next morning they said they heard us marching up and down the stairs like a horde of elephants. I guess my parents let a lot more loose with what I can do at sleepovers over the years. Because, well, I was allowed to be up with the boys at 4 a.m. for those late night thoughts. And those went crazy. Oh my. Yo, if you really think about it, your future self's just gonna start talking shit about you one day. Like your present self right now. Whoa. Yo, I never thought of it like that. That's crazy. So you see that spike ball net over there? Bro, if we cut holes in it, there would be less holes in the nets. Huh? Oh, I get it. Look at Brandon over there. What a robot. Don't make me come over there and kiss you. Yo! Yeah, out of nowhere, I'd hear some sus shit, and yeah, you got the whole room jumping at 4 in the morning. And believe it or not, man, it doesn't stop here. It only gets better once we get to college. Skip to college, I was like a freshman, and I was hosting a party/sleepover. I don't know if this was like the first big party I've hosted. And this party went crazy because, well, yeah, there was a certain drink that was introduced. You know, I really was messing with the apple juice, the bots, bro. Hey, I had to buy a lot. So yeah, we were so out of it that we almost got a noise complaint because we went outside to play basketball at 1 in the morning. Like, yeah, that's a really smart idea. And we were all just being a bunch of loud idiots while we were just shooting the ball around, just laughing about whatever the hell we were talking about. Who knows, man? Maybe some angry Karen was on the phone with the police. I did have a Karen that used to live, like, down the street from me. It could have happened. But then I got a text from my mom saying, Duck, get you and your dumbass friends back in here before we get a noise complaint. Of course, I gathered the herd and we went back inside because, well, I didn't want 12 pulling up tonight. So we went back inside and the big guns were introduced. And man, I was starting to see stars, if you catch my drift. I had to have Birdie, like, help me walk up the stairs because I was, like, fucking falling all over the place. And all I remember is us just laughing like Beavis and Butthead at, like, 3 in the morning. Like, Like, looking back on it, this shit was way too funny. And then we went to play darts.
People who have met their online friends, what made you instantly regret it? Met my best friend at the time on League of Legends. After talking every day for 3 years, I ended up moving to a state much closer to him, so we decided to finally meet. We talked about all the things we'd do together and how awesome it would be. I loved him so much. He was there for me through so much and was a wonderful friend. He had a new girlfriend at the time of our meetup and he brought her along with him. I had no problem with this because I'd love to meet the woman who makes him happy. It was abundantly clear from the get-go that she wasn't a real big fan of me. I did my best to be kind and still had tons of fun. I didn't hear from my friend much after that. A mutual good friend of ours messaged me, and when I asked about my best friend, they said his girlfriend was telling people that I was basically an awful person for whatever reason. 3 years later and he's engaged to this woman, and I'm happy for him, but I haven't spoken to him in those 3 years. I still miss him every day, and I wish I could be there for him on his wedding day. Not instant regret, but did make me realize things could have gone badly if this friend hadn't been a good human. There was a guy I used to play Halo 2 with all the time. We were playing Halo one day and I made some off-the-wall comment about how bad traffic was due to them redoing one of our local roads. He said his town was redoing a lot of roads too. I think I had a friend over or coming over and I forgot to mute my mic and said the road he lived on, asking when he had to leave to come over. Anyways, my Xbox buddy was like, "Holy crap, do you live in XYZ?" And I told him, yeah. Turns out he lived like 5 miles away from me on the other side of town. We ended up meeting up and I was about 11 or 12 at the time. He was like 17. And he went and bought me a burger and milkshake and we chatted. Pretty cool dude from what I remember. But when I got home that night,
Men of Reddit, when have you experienced sexism? Story 1. I almost got mobbed at the park because my kid had a fit and they thought I was kidnapping her. I am a dad. One day I took my wife to the waxing place to get pampered at her request. So I took my daughter, who was 3.
How did you find out someone had a crush on you?
Story 1. I was
Men of Reddit, we all hear the horror stories about how crazy men can be when they get rejected. But what have been your crazy experiences when you reject a woman?
Guys of Reddit who have rejected someone, what's the worst way someone has taken it? Was in NY during Fleet Week in my dress whites with my group waiting to cross the street. Drunk girl comes up to me, grabs me, and says she's always wanted to be with a sailor. I gently stiff arm and let her know I'm happily married, but point out my young single shipmate in the group. But I want you. Her friends have arrived by this point. She told me I was being mean because I said no and started crying. The friends confronted me. It's your birthday, though. Your wife isn't even here. Just be nice. TLDR, she got engaged to make me realize that she was my one true love and then threatened to commit self-termination if I didn't elope with her. Girl who I saw just as a friend and had never flirted with started dropping really obvious "I'm in love with you" things in texts. I can't wait to go.
What did the popular kid at your school do to go from cool?
What made the popular kid at the school the unpopular kid? My partner likes to tell the story of how she became the unpopular kid at school. She was about 6 or 7, so primary 2 here in the UK, and a trend kicked off in her class of eating dog biscuits. All of the kids were stealing dog biscuits from home and eating them at break time. Unfortunately, she didn't have a dog and just had to eat normal human biscuits at school. She was ostracized every break time for it. Peer pressure is weird sometimes. He thought it would be cool to bring a loaded BB gun to the school and got the cops called on him by another student. One of the kids at the school lived with his grandma because his parents died. PP Head and a group of his mates started harassing the old lady whenever she came to pick him up. Principal was reported this and they ended up getting expelled altogether. I don't know if they could be considered kids at the school anymore, but I approve nonetheless. She made fun of a girl with cancer, made a joke like, "Why don't you ask your mum to buy you a wig? I can see your scalp." And overnight, she was the least liked person in the school, and 100%
whether you fall in the camp of Avatar definitely and absolutely not being anime, or taking the Japanese stance of even Minions being anime, it is very easy to see how Avatar does very much fit into the anime style.
What? Okay. motivation.